Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David, and this is a magic book review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. It is Friday, and that is when we try to, sometimes, I look at a magic book. I review magic books. And I review playing cards, and I review magic tricks, and I do giveaways every single month. I'm the #1 magic review show on YouTube, and I do it all. I do it all for you because I love. Today we're going to look at the Lectureless lecture notes from PigCake. As you can see from my vintage ham radio t-shirt, been a fan of the cake for a long time, and this t-shirt, worst purchase I ever made, because I started watching ham radio and I said, you know what, I'm gonna support this venture. I believe in small business. I believe in this bright young upstart. So I purchased a shirt, and then shortly after, ham radio disappeared and never returned. Worst purchase I ever made. But PigCake, a lot of fun. So what are Lectureless lecture notes? Just that. Magicians, they're always releasing their lecture notes, selling them, trying to make some extra scratch. And PigCake, although never having done a lecture, right, created a fake lecture, and these are the lecture notes that would have been given out if he had actually been lecturing. Yeah. And I had the pleasure of meeting PigCake once at my first Magi Fest. He and I bumped into each other, and that was cool because we were both content creators, both doing the same kind of thing. And he was the only person really that I met, and so I ended up being like a lost puppy and trying to hang out with him just so that I could be near somebody that I could actually talk to. I think PigCake picked up on that, and then every time we were going to go into a lecture, I was like, all right, we're going to go into the lecture, and I was like, come on, let's sit together. And PigCake was like, no, I think I'll just hang out here in the lobby alone. So yeah, he'd rather hang out alone in the lobby than hang out with me. That's my PigCake story. All right, so what do you get? What do you get in your Lectureless lecture notes? Well, it is a PDF, right? It's a PDF, 51 pages PDF, color photographs, and full detailed write-ups of everything that's inside, $20. At the very beginning, there's an intro. He's just going to talk about, the purpose of the body of work and what he's going to be covering. PigCake's writing style is going to be exactly the way he speaks. If you watch his channel, if you're familiar with his channel, he does not turn into magician mode and switch over to a different character. He stays in character throughout the entire thing. I think if you count up the amount of times the word virgin appears in the lecture notes, it's a lot. There's a lot of virgin references. All that to say, it's his typical brand of humor, and there's a lot of Dennis Miller styled references that if you're not either a magician or a fan of his channel, maybe you might not get. The first part is there's 4, we'll call them sleights or tools, okay? And the very first one is an A-can move, which is an any card at any number. He's gonna teach you how to get a selected card that the spectator's already selected, right? It's on the top of your deck. He'll teach you how to get it to the desired position. It's not an actual trick, but afterwards he does give you several examples of how you could use that move. So after each one of these, he's gonna give 3 or 4 examples of how you could incorporate this into a trick. He's not gonna spell out the trick word for word with patter, but he'll give you a paragraph or 2 that'll push you off in the right direction. The second one is called the spread force. He's going to teach you how to peek at a spectator's free selection from a spread. And then he'll teach you how to take those same moves and turn it into a force of a memorized card. And then again, he'll offer you about 3 ideas. The next one is called the oops control. This is the idea that as you're going through the deck, you come across a reversed joker in your deck. And as you write it, in so doing, you control the spectator's selection to the top. And again, 3 or 4 ideas included underneath that. The last one is called My Favorite Method in Magic. It's actually a humorous story and not a trick at all. and it has a very small amount of truth in it, which is humorous. Next, he has 4 trick ideas. The first one is called prediction. This is a variation on Max Maven's trick. What PigCake will set out to do is provide an alternative to Max Maven's deal force. So he'll give you a method that'll allow the participant to deal cards down on their own, and this will also include the option to shuffle the deck and end the entire trick with their ability to freely deal the last 2 necessary piles however the spectator wishes. The second contribution is called the long distance crosscut force, and it is exactly that. PigCake talks about his obsession with the crosscut force, crisscross force, however you want to say it, but you could be elsewhere, okay? And you would just show the spectator what you want them to do, and they do it. It looks completely different than laying the top part on the second part and having a piece of misdirection. This is all done in the spectator's hand. The third selection is called lucky number. This is where the participant will select a card, and then the card ends up becoming invisible, and then visible again, usually being located in a specific part of the deck. And the last one is called vital signs. This is a billet routine where your spectator is guided through a little imagination experiment, and it's going to end with the magician providing proof that they knew the freely selection thought ahead of time. So you're getting 8 submissions, 4 in the kind of sleight section, and then 4 over in the trick section. So 8 ideas, right? 8 things to play with for 20 bucks. Skill level, I think everything requires at least an intermediate knowledge of cards and tricks. These are lecture notes, so I think PigCake's approaching this with the idea that if you are at a magic lecture, you are the type of magician that can understand and appreciate it, right? You're not a beginner. You're not somebody that needs a lot of hand-holding. PigCake's not gonna do a lot of hand-holding. He'll throw out all the references. He even does a lot of crediting about where he comes up with these ideas or the ideas that he's playing off of, but he's not going to detail, meticulous, walk you through everything. You should know your way around a deck of cards. So your positives are, I think you'd get a lot of bang for your buck. You do. And if you're a big fan of PigCake, you're a fan of his work, this is a fantastic way to support creators. When you have a creator like this who doesn't go through Big Brother to earn his money, right? He's completely independent, and he relies solely on viewers and people who are interested in his body of work to support him. And so this is how you can support a creator, even if you don't do anything in this lecture notes. You're like, you know what? I would never use these lecture notes, but I appreciate him and I appreciate his channel. I appreciate the humor he brings to my life. And this is my way of helping. Buy his lecture notes. It's a great way to support someone and show them that you appreciate them. Negatives. What are the negatives for this? After reading this whole thing, I now have a foot fetish. Joke. But because PigCake kept getting his feet in every shot. And I've seen this before. I've seen this before with a lot of people. I edited a video once for a Kickstarter that was for a cardistry deck, and the guy running the Kickstarter hired a cardist, right? He hired a cardist to do some manipulations with his deck, and the cardist wore a GoPro on his head, and as he was looking down, filming the cardistry, he filmed his feet, and he wasn't wearing shoes. He was wearing socks outside in the grass, and it just looked weird. It just looked weird. If you're gonna film your feet, then put some shoes on, brother. Or, here's my alternative. Here's my pro tip for all of you. These are my free, this will be on my lecture notes coming out never. Get yourself a table. It's super easy. Here, look at this. This is a bar table, Amazon, 50 bucks. That's it. Then you just stand over the table and film straight down. I have 2 of these tables. So I film at my studio and I film at home. I have a table in both places because you never know when you're gonna need a table. And I've taken the same table 2 shows. So I'll leave this table backstage, and so when it's my turn to come out, I'll bring this table with me. It's not heavy. It fits easily in a car. $50, and you've got a performance close-up table. It's perfect. So PigCake, invest in it. Or you know what, you guys, just buy PigCake the table and send it to him, okay? Do that, and then we'll see some, then he'll stop filming on his coffee table with his Taco Bell placemat, right? Maybe. I don't know. We're just trying. We're trying to help a brother out. If you want to find out how to get this, you're going to go to PigCake's link tree, which is accessible off of his social media pages. Go to his link tree, and right at the top, it should say, get the lecture notes here. Just get that, click that, 20 bucks, and they will be in your hot little hands. But only if you print them out, because it is a PDF. So technically, it only exists in a virtual world. Something to think about. Yeah, big thanks to PigCake for allowing me to have these lecture notes so I could review them for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, can I have just a few more minutes of your time, please? I've got something important that I really want to talk to you about. Normally at the end of these videos, I use this space to promote myself, right? I tell you to subscribe to my channel, or I tell you to become a member of my channel, or I try to sell you a t-shirt, or I ask you to join the member section. And lately, I've just been feeling it on my heart that I want to use this space to promote another magician and to ask you to support his channel. So Daniel Madison, I'm sure you know, he is just an incredible magician, an amazing card mechanic. He's been producing magic, teaching us all magic, putting out high quality cards and merchandise for a really long time. He has an incredible YouTube channel. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know if you've visited lately. He does really fun little shorts, beautiful editing, great shots, amazing music. His most recent video was a magic tutorial. He teaches you the snap change. He spends 30 minutes. It is a 30-minute masterclass on the snap change, and it's free. Out of all the magic channels that are out there, whether they're reviewers or performers or teachers, Daniel Madison deserves to be in everyone's top 3. He deserves to be in everyone's top 3. He is my number one. My number one, hands down. Okay? And I would love for him to get the recognition that I think he deserves, not just from us as a community, but also from YouTube for the great videos he puts out. If you've not yet subscribed to Daniel Madison, if you have not yet pushed that subscribe button, you're not the kind of person that subscribes to a lot of channels, I get it. But if you appreciate Daniel Madison and you appreciate the art, or at least you can appreciate his effort and his drive and his game, I would highly ask you to go over to his channel really quick, hit that subscribe button. Let's bump Daniel Madison up to 100K. I want to see him hit 100K. I want to see him make the video where he gets his plaque. I think he's so deserving of it. And like I said, Daniel Madison, his channel, my top 10, easily in my top 10, because he's my number one. He's my number one. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you next time. Bye.